मानस भज रे गुरु चरणम दुस्तर भव सागर तरनम मानस भज रे गुरु चरणम दुस्तर भव सागर तरनम मानस भज रे गुरु चरणम दुस्तर भव सागर तरनम गुरु महाराज गुरु जय जय 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 गुरु महाराज बोलो गुरु जय जय गुरु महाराज गुरु जय जय सत्य साई नाथ सद्गुरु हरि बोल सद्गुरु जय जय सत्य साई नाथ सद्गुरु जय जय सत्य साई नाथ सद्गुरु जय जय सत्य साई नाथ सद्गुरु जय जय ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय शिवाय नमः ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय शिवाय नमः अरुणाचल शिव अरुणाचल शिव अरुणाचल शिव अरुण शिवो 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 ओंकारं बाबा ओंकारं बाबा ओंकारं बाबा ओम नमो बाबा ओंकारं बाबा ओंकारं ओम नमो बाबा ओंकारं बाबा ओंकारं बाबा ओंकारं बाबा ओम नमो बाबा मानस भज रे गुरु चरणम दुस्तर भव सागर तरनम
मानस भज रे गुरु चरणम दुस्तर भव सागर तरनम
मानस भज रे गुरु चरणम दुस्तर भव सागर तरनम
मानस भज रे गुरु चरणम दुस्तर भव सागर तरनम
मानस भज रे गुरु चरणम दुस्तर भव सागर तरनम
मानस भज रे गुरु चरणम दुस्तर भव सागर तरनम
गुरु महाराज गुरु जय जय
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 गुरु महाराज बोलो गुरु जय जय
गुरु महाराज गुरु जय जय
गुरु महाराज गुरु जय जय
गुरु महाराज गुरु जय जय
सत्य साई नाथ सद्गुरु जय जय
साईनाथ सद्गुरु जय जय
सत्य साई नाथ सद्गुरु जय जय
साईनाथ सद्गुरु जय जय
सत्य सत्य साईनाथ सद्गुरु जय जय।
सत्य साईनाथ सद्गुरु जय जय।
श्रीमन्नारायण नारायण नारायण।
नारायण नारायण नारायण।
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 साई नारायण नारायण नारायण।
साई नारायण नारायण नारायण।
साई नारायण नारायण नारायण।
साई नारायण नारायण नारायण।
श्रीमन्नारायण नारायण नारायण।
श्रीमन्नारायण नारायण नारायण।
श्रीमन्नारायण नारायण नारायण।
श्रीमन्नारायण नारायण नारायण।
भजमन्नारायण नारायण नारायण।
नारायण नारायण नारायण।
भजमन्नारायण नारायण नारायण।
नारायण नारायण नारायण।
श्रीमन्नारायण नारायण नारायण।
श्रीमन्नारायण नारायण नारायण।
श्रीमन्नारायण नारायण नारायण।
श्रीमन्नारायण नारायण नारायण।
साई नारायण नारायण नारायण। हरि बोल।
नारायण नारायण।
साई नारायण 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 नारायण नारायण।
सत्यनारायण 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 नारायण नारायण।
भजमन्नारायण नारायण नारायण।
नारायण नारायण।
भजमन्नारायण नारायण नारायण। नारायण
नारायण नारायण।
भजमन्नारायण नारायण नारायण।
नारायण नारायण नारायण।
श्रीमन्नारायण 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 नारायण नारायण।
साई नारायण नारायण नारायण।
साई नारायण नारायण नारायण।
नारायण।
साई नारायण नारायण नारायण।
साई नारायण नारायण नारायण।
श्रीमन्नारायण नारायण नारायण।
साई नारायण नारायण नारायण।
साई नारायण नारायण नारायण।
मानस भज रे गुरु चरणम। दुस्तर भव सागर चरणम।
मानस
भज रे गुरु
चरणम। तर भव सागर तरणम
Guru Maharaj, Guru Jai Jai.
Guru Maharaj Guru Jai Jai
Guru Maharaj, Guru Jai Jai.
Guru Maharaj Guru Jai Jai
Satya Sai Nath Sadguru Jai Jai.
Sai Nath Sadguru Jai
Satya Sai Nath Sadguru Jai Jai.
Sai Nath Sadguru Jai
Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Shivaya Namah Om.
Om Namah Shivaya Om Namah Shivaya Om Namah Shivaya Shivaya Namah
Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Aruna Shiva.
Arunachala Shiva Arunachala Shiva Arunachala Shiva Aruna Shiva
Omkaram Baba, Omkaram Baba, Omkaram Baba, Om Namah Baba.
Omkaram Bhava
Omkaram Baba, Omkaram, Om Namah
Baba
Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Shivaya Namah
Om Namah Shivaya Om Namah Shivaya Om Namah Shivaya Shivaya Namah
Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Aruna Shiva.
Arunachala Shiva Arunachala Shiva Arunachala Shiva Aruna Shiva
Manasa Bhajare Guru Charanam Dustara Bhavasagara Taranam.
Param Puja Swamiji, Param Puja Madhusudanji. What a beautiful opportunity for satsang this evening. The word satsang literally means in the presence of truth. But it's not a truth that is the opposite of an untruth. It's not about saying today is the 30th November. It's a little bit before 7 in the evening. We are here in Rishikesh. Okay, that's true. But it's what we call a lowercase t truth, because it's true only for us right here, and it's only true in this very moment for us right here. At this moment, pick up the phone, call your family in or your friends in Los Angeles or New York or Paris or Australia. And what you'll find is it's not a little before 7 in the evening. In fact, call your friends in Australia, it's already 1st of December. And even here, in just another few minutes, time will change. So those are all what we call lowercase t truths. They're true, they're not lies, but they're a constantly changing truth. The truth of satsang is the truth that's not dependent upon time or place. It's not my truth, your truth. We hear that a lot in arguments. You say, well, I don't know about you, but this is my truth. That may be your truth. This is my truth. If it's capital T truth, there is no your truth and my truth. There's just truth. There's no American truth or Indian truth or Hindu truth or Christian truth or Jewish truth or Muslim truth. It's just truth. So satsang is being in the presence of that truth. Here it takes the form, slightly varying each night, but of some combination of devotional chanting, of meditation, of questions and answers. But it's important to remember from the beginning that what we're here for is not an intellectual exercise. What we're here for is to drop into truth, to drop into the truth of who we are, to drop into awareness, consciousness, love, divinity, oneness. And so as we take the questions, allow yourself to be present in the heart rather than processing it as an intellectual exercise, because that becomes something that just percolates in your brain for a little while and then it's over. Truth is something that percolates all the way down, distills all the way down into the essence of who we are, and actually transforms us. And tonight we are so very blessed to be in the presence of Pujya Swamiji, the presence of Pujya Madhusudanji, to be here on the banks of Mother Ganga, to be in the lap of the Himalayas, to be in this land of awakening. So everything is working for you. You know, in sport sometimes, if you aren't necessarily the strongest one, you get what's called a handicap, the equivalent of a head start. It's sort of the way of the organizers of the sports knowing, all right, you're not necessarily the strongest runner here or the strongest golfer here. You get a handicap, you get a head start. For you, for all of us, being here in this holy place, at this time, in this presence, this is our head start. This is the universe saying, yeah, I realize you're really stuck in your egos. I realize you're stuck in ignorance. I realize you're stuck in fear and all of that. No problem. I'm here to work for you. I'm going to put you in India. I'm going to put you on the banks of the sacred river. I'm going to put you in the lap of the sacred mountains. I'm going to put you in a place where the air is holy, where the energy is vibrating with awakening. I'm going to put you in the presence of enlightened masters. So this is our head start given by the universe. But then we have to do our part. So we begin as usual with a question that's come in advance, and then we'll open it up to any questions that anyone here may have. I know the things I need to do to bring me peace and joy. I have a toolbox full of things I've learned throughout the years. But it feels as if that toolbox is on a shelf and it's just out of reach. How can I find a stool to get to the toolbox? So we speak a lot about toolboxes, meaning I'm moving through the world that requires compassion, it requires patience, it requires love, it requires humility. And we've all got toolboxes, and sometimes depending on our youth, our family, our experience, our karmic package, sometimes we don't necessarily feel like we've always got the tools that are required. So this questioner is asking, I've developed a toolbox, but here it is sitting on a shelf and I can't quite reach it. What do I do? Well, here's the thing. That toolbox is with you. It isn't really on a shelf, although it may feel like it. All of your ability to meet the world, your inner world and the world outside, which by the way isn't really two, it's one, but we'll talk about it as two for now with the awareness that it's actually just one. Your ability to meet that world with consciousness, with love, with truth, with divinity is with you. That is you. It's not like learning physics or chemistry or astronomy or something you really need to sit in a classroom and learn from a chalkboard or a book and then remember. It is you. We were speaking earlier today about Swami's teaching or instruction of do good, be good, do divine, be divine. That is the nature of who you are. It's not where do I get goodness from? Where do I get divinity from? Where do I become that? But the dilemma is we've got this ego that keeps us from accessing that truth of who we are, that keeps us from accessing that toolbox that we use to move through the world. And so the key becomes not about becoming something new, not about attaining something new, not about finding that toolbox off a shelf, but it becomes about removing that which is blocking me from accessing, from living in and as the truth of who I am. And that's just the ego. And this is where our spiritual practice comes in. This is where our awareness comes in. Because the ego is only able, and by the way, when I use the word ego, I don't mean it only limited to arrogance. Sometimes in English when we say ego, we just mean, oh, you're full of yourself. You're very arrogant. But on the deep spiritual level, when we talk about ahankar, the ego, it includes not just arrogance, it includes that whole sense of false self. So the ego is that which says, I'm the best, but it's also that which says, I'm the worst. The ego is that which says, I'm brilliant, I'm perfect, I'm beautiful. And it's also that which says, I'm stupid, I'm worthless, I'm ugly, that's also ego. Every time you find yourself saying, I am, chances are that's ego. All of the ways that we fill in the blanks, I am angry, I am depressed, I am this religion, I am of that culture, I am rich, I am poor, I am great, I am horrible, I am worthy, I am not worthy, I'm brilliant, I'm stupid. It's all ego. Because it's not who you are. That's just the particular dressing, the particular packaging that the divinity of you is in at this time. Not, of course, the worthless part, but the part that says, I'm this color or this culture or this age. If I say to you, I'm 48 and I'm female and I'm American and I'm a sannyasi, well, that's not true. I mean, it is true in terms of I was born 48 years ago in America. Have taken vows of sannyas. But that's just my packaging. That's just at this particular intersection of time and space, what the packaging of soul in this particular form looks like. We could go around and each of you could give us what your packaging looks like. Your history, your story, your drama, your challenges, your achievements, all of that. It's the package, the form. But the content is divinity. The content is soul, spirit, love, truth. And so what we need to do is to remove that false sense, to stop moving through the world as form instead of content. And to realize who I am is soul. The beautiful aspect of that is when you then interact with others, you see them as content instead of form. So you interact with the world not as man to woman or man to man or woman to woman or Hindu to Hindu or rich person to poor person, but you move through the world as one. Just different packaging. And so if you find that you're overcome with aspects of ego, with feeling like that toolbox is too far, just ask yourself, how can I let go? How can I let go of my death grip on the identity I think I am? Because that's our handicap. Every time you say, but I am this, or I am like that, it's a death grip. Because the ultimate goal of spirituality is freedom. When we say moksha, moksha's freedom. It's not freedom from the body, it's freedom in the body, as we speak about so frequently. But that means I have to be free of all of the chains that bind me, of what I tell myself about me. You're too old, you're too young, you're not smart enough, you're not rich enough, you're not good enough, you're not this enough, you're too much that, not enough this. This is a box I put myself in. And so when we meditate, when we pray, when we love God, when we do seva, it's ways of freeing ourselves. When we talk about purifying the mind, it's purifying it not just from the obvious things like lust and greed, but purifying it from all the ignorance that tells us these stories about who we are. And then you'll find that that toolbox is with you, because it is you. All of the compassion and love and patience and wisdom and light, it is you. If you can just get free of that nonsense of the ego for a little while. Before taking any of the other questions that have come in advance, Are there any questions that anyone here has? Yes. You. Great. So you'll remember I said almost all of what you fill in the blank of I am with is ego, not 100%. So when it's I am, soul, spirit, divinity, when we say soham, I am that, aham brahmasmi, any one of the numerous mantras we have, teachings we have, that remind us of really who we are. That's what the blank after I am is supposed to be filled in with. But I'm going to take you a step deeper. You begin with saying, for example, I am divine, or I am divinity. That I, though, look at the sentence. I am divine, or I am truth, or I am that, or I am God, whatever it may be. We begin with I. Well, what that means is, inherent in the semantics of that sentence are that I am somehow separate from that. Otherwise, you don't say water is water. You don't say air is air. There's just air. And so it begins, yes, we have to begin by first knowing that intellectually. We read it somewhere, we learn it somewhere, we hear it, our guru tells us. We then have an experience of that. But in that experience, the I dissolves, and it becomes no longer I am that, but just that. No longer I am God, but just God. You can think about it as in, if you've got a glass jar, a closed glass jar full of air. Okay? Now, stage one is, that glass jar is us. Okay, so in this example, the jar is you. So stage one is, I say, I am a glass jar of air. What I am made of is the same as the divine universe. I am no different. That's the I am. But then, with the grace of the Guru, the grace of the divine, the grace of bhakti and surrender, that glass breaks. And then the question is, what do you have then? So if you were a glass jar of air, okay, imagine you are a glass jar of air. Now your glass jar breaks. Now what are you? Air, right? So this is that ultimate experience. You could look at it and you can say, now I'm nothing, right? I was a glass jar of air. Now my glass jar broke, so I'm now nothing. Or you can look at it and you can say, I am everything. Because there used to be this glass thing that separated the air inside the glass from the air outside the glass, and it broke. So now I'm everything. And this is where, when we speak about shunya, that nothingness, which is also the everythingness, there are two different ways of describing the same experience. Where there no longer is me recognizing that I am made of the same as the divine. But now there is absolutely nothing between us. So where there was a lover and a beloved, now there's just love. Where there was a meditator and an object of meditation, now there's just union, oneness. And so take that teaching and really meditate upon it until that experience, it'll begin by filling you with great joy. You'll feel fuller and fuller and fuller. Keep letting it happen. Get fuller and fuller and fuller in that just extraordinary spiritual experience of expansion. And let it keep going. That's when sometimes the ego jumps in and gets really afraid. Don't worry about it. Keep going. And eventually that glass just shatters. And then there just is divinity, not I am divinity, but just divinity. Yes. How do you get the? How do you get the grace of the gurus? Well, first of all, that grace is always there, whether we're speaking about God or whether we're speaking about the guru. That grace is always there. The word guru literally means the one who removes darkness and brings light. Now imagine that you have a light, a candle, a flame, whatever your source of light may be. If you are in the presence of that light, there is light. We've got this light on here from the camera. There's just light. I don't have to do something special to get that light. It's there. However, if between me and the light I have drawn a black curtain, then the light is still on, but I'm unable to benefit from it. The light of the gurus, the light of the divine, the grace, is there. The problem for so many of us is that there's a curtain between us and that light. Pujya Swamiji frequently gives this beautiful example of sitting in a dark room with the curtains drawn, praying for the sun. Right? Sun is shining brilliantly outside, but my curtains are closed and I'm inside the room doing sun salutations and sun mantras and sun prayers and sun pujas and doing everything I can. But the sun is there. The problem is my curtains are closed. And what are those curtains? You can think about it as curtains. You can think about it as dirt on a window. Either way. That's the ego. That's the part of me. Because see, here's the thing. It sounds very good. Bring light to my darkness. Bring me grace, right? I mean, raise your hand here if you'd like to have more light in your life. Right? Anybody not want more light? And maybe we should do it the other way. Is there anyone here who doesn't want more light in their life? Anyone here who doesn't want more grace in their life? Okay, so we all want it. And yet, this is the constant question. How do I get more grace? How do I get more light? It's there. The problem for us is we think we want it. We think we want it. It sounds really good. But in order to actually have it, I have to be prepared to give up the dirt on my windshield. And tragically, a lot of us are really attached to that dirt. That dirt is my whole identity. Because the light that the Guru shines is not always this very easy, yeah, don't worry, you're great light. When that light comes, when Ganga first came onto earth, she washed away. I won't go into the whole story here, but when Ganga first came onto earth, she was this overflowing, rambunctious, divine river that just washed away everything in her flow. This was where later was prayed that Lord Shiva would hold her and let her down slowly. Point being, when grace comes, when light comes, it doesn't always come exactly in the riverbed that we would like it. It's not up to us. It's not, oh, shine your grace upon me, and here's exactly the way I'd like it. Shine your grace upon me, but bless me exactly in this way. And yet, don't touch this thing over here, because I'm kind of attached to it. Don't touch this thing over here, I'm working on it, maybe next year we'll come back to it. That light comes. That grace comes, and it is like the waters of Ganga flowing through you. And a lot of us are not actually ready to give up that attachment to who we think we are. There's a beautiful story that I'll then bring it to a close with, of a man who decides he's ready for enlightenment. And he asks everyone, who is the most enlightened guru who can grant me enlightenment? And everyone sends him to this one guru up on a hill. He walks, he traverses rivers, he climbs the mountain, he gets up there, he goes into the cave where the guru's meditating. He bows at the guru's feet and he says, I've come for enlightenment. Here's what I've done. Here's who I am. Here's what I've experienced. Here's what I've learned. And here are my challenges. Here's what I need from you. The Guru says, have a cup of tea. The man says, tea? I didn't come for tea. I came for enlightenment. I don't have time for tea. The Guru says, have a cup of tea. So what's he going to do, right? You want something, you have to be patient. So the Guru goes in the back of the cave and he comes back with a teapot and 2 cups. Puts it down and he starts to pour tea into the teacup. And he pours and he pours and he pours, and the cup is filling and filling and filling, and now the cup is overflowing. And it's spilling out all over the ground, but the Guru keeps pouring. And finally the man says, stop, what are you doing? The cup is full, it can't hold anymore. And the Guru says, your mind is like this cup. You're so full of who you think you are, what you think you know, what you think you need, that there's no room for me to give you anything. Just like I can't pour you more tea until you drink what's in this cup, I can't give you anything until you let go of what is there. And this is the only thing blocking us from grace, is our attachment to who we think we are, what we think we need, all of our identities, all of our histories, all of our drama, all of the stuff in our life about this one and that one and this thing, and all the stories, all the ways that we think we are less than. That's what actually blocks us. You know, you have a physical heart attack when your blood vessels are full of plaque and the blood cannot flow through. You have a spiritual heart attack when the channel of you is so clogged with that same type of plaque, but it's spiritual plaque instead of physical plaque. It's filled with who you think you are. It's filled with your ego and your attachments and your grudges and your story and your identity and all of that. That grace is there, but it can't flow through. Heart attack is not due to lack of blood. It's just that the artery is clogged. And so if you're feeling like I need more grace, how do I get grace? How do I have the light? Ask yourself, what is clogging my artery? What's keeping me from being a clear vessel for that grace to flow through? What's the dirt on my windshield? And you're here on the banks of Ganga. Let it go. Give it to Ganga. Tonight, sit in meditation, figure out what it is, and tomorrow morning, go to the banks of Ganga and just give it. And Ganga will take it. That is her grace. I will ask our Pujya Swamiji and Pujya Madhusudanji to bless us with their words of truth, that capital T truth that we are so blessed to be in the presence of today.
Mangalam Bhagavan Sai, Mangalam Madhusudana, Mangalam Pundari Kaksho, Mangalayatano Harihi. Ho Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Asato ma sadgamaya tamaso ma jyotirgamaya. Mrityorma gamaya. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Most revered Baba, most revered Matri Shakti, dear divine respected Sadhviji, a beautiful soul who has given his entire life. When he was almost these two duos, when they were in their 20s, even before that, they dedicated their entire life for Baba. When I say for Baba means Baba's only one goal was to serve all. And their complete life is dedicated for that mission. They're not here only individual beings. They are just the divine beings, completely dedicated. They are example of true devotion, dedication. Because we are here, I am here for last almost. I came very young, went to the forest, but here I came long ago for last 51 years on the banks of Ganga. I'm here. I've seen many ashrams, many trusts, many institutions. They both are very lucky to have Baba in their life, and they are also blessed that Baba has chosen them to serve you all. Our dear Narsingamurti ji and Srinivasan ji. My sisters, mothers and brothers who have come from so many countries, almost the whole world is here. Whomever I ask, which country? So many countries. Countries are many, but we all are one family. That was the message of Baba. And if we are one, then we must understand the true meaning of today's satsang, what Baba said. Swarth, Prarth, and Parmarth. That was the gist of the morning satsang, Pujya Baba said. Swarth. How to break those barriers, boundaries, and walls of that myness and mineness, me and mine. When the girl was asking about Nirvana Shatkam, it was great. She asked this question. In that Nirvana Shatkam, what has been said, it is not this me and mine. Where all this me and mine submerges, that Chidananda Rupaha Shivoham Shivoham. And that is Parmarth Yatra. That's why you are being brought here. A little bit of swarth is left. Swarth means for me. What for me? And Pararth means maybe something not only for me but for few. Maybe my family members. And our list of family members are very few. Or few more loved ones. But not all. But here, from Swarth, Pararth to Parmarth. Parmarth has two meanings. Has many meanings, but here, because time, two meanings. Parmarth means for the welfare of all. That not only you think what for me, what through me for those all who are also one of me. I am also one of them. When this is understood, this is spirituality. The spirituality means us pertaining to the spirit. The same spirit is in you, same spirit is in me. Then you will see the moment you realize that Nirvana Shatakam, you will not be only achieving Nirvana, but you will be creating so much Nirvana also in this world. It will be from Nirman and Nirvana will become one. Whatever is being created and whoever is creating also will become. There will be no difference. Because all happening from there, from that source. So that yatra is for the welfare of all, one meaning. That my life, that's why Baba, I love that. Every time, love all, serve all. If you ask me this message of allness, if anything is needed today in the world, if any music is needed today in the world, it's music of allness. The music of oneness, the music of togetherness. Individually, we keep doing great things for ourselves. But the moment you understand by the grace, that's why grace is very important. Grace is very powerful. What you cannot do in 100 births, grace can do it. Just splash of 1 second. That is grace. Just happens. And you have realized, many of you have realized through Baba in your life. That's why in the morning I said, you are special, you are the blessed one, you are the chosen ones. Don't just think that you are just here for 2-3 days, travel, touring, and wonderful time, beautiful moments, and you're gone. These moments are not moments like any other place. Very special. Jnana Ganga is here, and Ma Ganga is there. Now it's your choice. You want to get bathed, you want to get wet, or you want to go dry. It's your choice has been given to you. Even you want to go dry, grace is, He will not let you go dry. You are bound to be drowned in that ocean of grace. Another meaning of Parmarth is Param Arth, the ultimate goal. The life goal is to achieve that goal. Param Arth. Param means ultimate. And the earth is the goal. The meaning of that life is to achieve that ultimate goal. All this shopping is great. Go shop wherever you want to go. I want to remind you, shopping is not negated. But at the end, you have to see this shopping is taking me to that Param Arth, that ultimate goal. If it is not, then keep negating, keep removing one by one the layer, one after other, and end of the day you will find Chidananda Rupa Shivoham 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 Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham Chidananda Rupa Shivoham 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 Shivoham. That Param Arth will be real Parmarth. Our yatra from Swarth to Parmarth and Parmarth to Param. Parmarth to Param. First is the goal and then is the Param, where all goal submerges. You are very fortunate that to that Param you have been brought. Baba was not like, sometimes people think, yeah, one more Baba. There are thousands of Babas are there, but he was not one more Baba. He was very, very special, brought to this earth and never left this earth. Never left this earth. Never left this earth. I said it earlier also. We think Baba is gone. Baba will never be gone. Baba is always on. Always on. Always on. You can plug yourself. Whenever your battery is low, your recharging is low. That's why Baba reminded us in the morning why we are here. Whenever the battery is low, we come here to recharge our batteries. That's why you go to the holy ones, to recharge your batteries. It's the powerhouse. God bless you that you have brought here to this beautiful place, and this is Baba's abode. This is Baba's beautiful, where he wanted to be. He is here, he is there. There's nothing like south and north. It's for us. But for him, he is everywhere. God bless you. And as Sadhviji said in the morning, now next time there should be more homecomings and more homestay. Thank you and thank you for coming, being here, blessing everyone, and welcome home again. Thank you. Pranam.
Thank you, Swamiji. Thank you, Sadhviji. Unfortunately, for the want of better words, we are left with these thank you as the... If you go back, in Indian culture, we don't have a word called thank you. Do we have? We don't have. Somebody does something for us, we don't know how to express. We don't have express in words. See, thank you is a simple way of getting away from things. Say thank you and you're done. Say sorry, you're done. But in Indian philosophy, we don't have a word called thank you at all. What do you say? I never heard anybody say thank you in Indian way. We always kept that gratitude in our hearts. And we expressed it in our smiles, in our tears, in our happiness. And probably at an appropriate time, when we could express it in some way, we expressed it. But words are poor conduits of emotions. So for the want of it only, we are saying thank you. Otherwise, probably a silence is the better answer to this. just keeping that feeling within, in the silence of our hearts, the happiness that we have, which cannot be expressed in words. Today is the final day, so some faces are already shrinking because we are going to temporarily part our ways tomorrow morning. And of course, again come back together and be together at some point in time. This world is said to be bound by desha, kala, paristhiti, time, place and circumstances or situations. Time is right, place is wrong. Place is right, situations are wrong. Situations are right, time is wrong. You cannot achieve what you want to achieve. Soil is good, fertile. Season is right, but the seed is bad. Seed is good, soil is right, season is not right. You will not achieve what you want to achieve. See, by Ganges here is the right desha, the place. Right kala, beautiful evening, the sandhi kala, sattvic kala, and paristhiti, situation. What better situation can we be in our lives than in this satsanga? As she mentioned, that satsanga is the way. So if we at this point of time sow these seeds of devotion, faith, spiritual thoughts in ourselves, it will definitely sprout, it will grow, it will blossom. Because the season is right, the soil is right, and the seed is also right, there is effort. So that is why it's always necessary to put the best effort. Already she has explained everything, nothing much to add. Guru's grace is always there. Let us not for a moment doubt that whether we have it or not. But as she also mentioned, you close your windows and sit inside and pray for sunlight. Sunlight is always there. You have to open the window. But then when you open the window and light comes in, it reveals how much dirt is inside. And then you are taken aback, shocked, close the window back. Who is going to clean all this? I thought we were very good. But the moment Guru's light shines upon you, it first reveals all the filth that is lying inside. And we are like, I think we are better without Gurus. Close the window, keep the Guru out. Because Guru is here to clean us up, isn't it? He's not going to spare us. A Guru is genuinely wanting to clean us. He's not here to please us. So he's not going to listen to those conditions. Okay, this far, not further. Do this and don't do that. Do it this way and not another way. That way Guru is ruthless. When it comes to really transforming his disciple, his love is expressed in ruthlessness of his instructions. He had a Guru, she has a Guru. So Gurus are in that strictness, also there is love because they want the best for us. But when we are not ready, we cannot utilize this blessing, this grace that is always available to us. Because we close the windows and we want to stay in the dark and believe everything is hunky-dory. So that is Guru's grace, always there. It is up to us to part that curtain, open the window, allow the light to come in. And when the light comes in and tells us that your house is quite dirty, then also have the willingness to clean it up, to get rid of all that which is old and unwanted, with humility and also conviction that this is what is good for us. When he says, give up your ego, must be ready to give up. Give up your attachments, give up. Give up your desires, give up. That's where the discomfort begins, and that is why we don't utilize Guru's grace to the fullest. She said it so well. Being Guru, that is my plight. I'm always waiting outside the door, but the door is locked from inside, you see. If you open the door, I will enter. So that is how much depends on you. I'm only one part, you are the other part. When both hands come together, then something happens. So do that, put your effort, that's most important. With Shraddha. And I just want to add to that little girl who asked, because Nirvana Shatkam is most dear to me. The way Adi Shankara put it, and so clearly, layer by layer by layer, he dissected the whole truth and revealed to you that ultimate core of it, who you truly are. Mano buddhi ahankara chittani naham. I am none of these mana buddhi chitta ahankara. Nacha shrotra jihve, nacha grahana netra. All these senses, not, I am not. Nacha vyoma bhumi na tejo na vayu. All these elements, I am not. So who I am? I have to find out who I am, if I am none of these. So our scriptures have this beautiful method of analysis. He's mentioned neti is the method. That is Shankaracharya's method. The niti is neti. Not this, not that, not that. So what is red? It is not yellow. It is not green. It is not purple. It is not violet. It is not black. It is not white. That is how he starts. Because we haven't seen red. We have only seen yellows and violets and purples and blacks. So to the one who has never seen red, how do you explain what is red? So he says it is not yellow. Is it violet? No, it is not. It is pink somewhat, but it is not. Is it black? Of course not. Is it white? Never. He goes on deleting all these options. So finally we are left with what is it, we ask ourselves. Very beautifully, ultimately, he says that Shivoham, the ultimate principle or the truth that I am. But then the girl asks, I hope Shankaracharya is listening. You tell I am Shiva, then again I has come into the picture now. Is that not ego? Of course it is ego. The moment you say I, identification has come. Identification is ego. Ahamkara means I am is the ego, is our scripture. Not arrogance ego. Not pride and arrogance. I am, she said. You separated yourself from the truth, so there is an ego. But she also explained. Like one thorn is used to remove another thorn. Like that is lower ego. I am intelligent, I am beautiful, I am rich, I am popular, I am so and so, I am such and such person. Is a lower ego, very unhealthy ego. So Shankaracharya brings in a healthy ego to remove the unhealthy ego. He says, instead of thinking you are all these things, think you are divine. And he brings you, it's like one thorn that has got into your flesh. To remove that, he brings you another thorn and says, now use this to remove the other thorn and throw away both the thorns at the end. Because you have nothing to do with both. So he tells, instead of thinking I am mind, body, senses, rather you think I am divine. And when you keep thinking I am divine, I am divine, I am divine, as Jesus said, slowly the I will drop off, am will drop off, only divine will remain. Brahmavid, Brahmaiva bhavati, they say. The knower of Brahman becomes Brahman. The river, once reaches the ocean, becomes the ocean. Likewise, this constant reminder that I am divine, I am divine, I am divine, I am divine, will ultimately make you divine. And that is when you see red. That is when you know what is red. No explanation suffices. All we can say in our scripture is this is not that. What is that? You have to find out for yourself. You have to know for yourself through your own sadhana. Satsang is so important for sadhana, you see. Good company, good thoughts, good vibrations, good environment is so important. Other than Nitya Shanti was telling us the story. He said, Ananda, who was the servitor of Buddha, he used to wake up earlier than Buddha and meditate. And his meditation, he suddenly got an enlightened thought that Satsanga is half the journey. Satsanga is half the work done. So, like all children, he ran to Buddha. He wanted to explain to him that he has got this wonderful thought. And he went to Buddha and said, I have learned today in my meditation that Satsanga is half the thing. Buddha said, no, wrong. Satsanga is everything. Just by being in good company, you will become that. By constantly being in touch with a magnet, the iron becomes magnet. Temporary touches, temporary magnetism. The constant thought of the divine, I am that, Soham, our breath is telling Soham 21,600 times a day. We breathe in, so. When we exhale, hum, Soham from the beginning. So that is the answer. When you fill in the blank, I am I. I am not a doctor, engineer, woman, man, old, young. I am I. Which I? From the small I to the capital I. From the small truth to the big truth. And once you know the truth, you become the truth. And that is the only way to know the truth. It cannot be given to you on a platter. One can show, the Guru can only show the way. This is the way. Walking is up to you. If you walk on this way, you will reach your destination. I can't walk for you, I can't eat for you, I can't breathe for you. Can I? So I cannot know the truth for you. You have to know the truth for yourself. I can only show you the way to the truth and tell you all that it takes to undertake this journey. Swarth, Pararth, Parmarth. Give up those little attachments. When the sunlight comes in, bright and shiny, and reveals all that which we need to get rid of, be courageous to get rid of. Vivekananda said, spirituality is only for the courageous, not for the weak-minded. God is only for the courageous. Abhihi, be fearless. Kaschid dhiraha, scripture says, only a courageous and discriminating person can attain God. It's not for the weak-minded. But when we are together working, our courage increases, our conviction increases, our strength increases. So Satsanga is most important. So today we are departing from here, but tomorrow, wherever you are, try to always keep the company of good people. Retain these thoughts. Let these not evaporate. Let this not dilute. Be in the company of right. Surround yourself with good people. That should be the minimum effort you can put to benefit from the experience that you have had over here. Again, conveying our heartfelt gratitude to both Swamiji and Sadhviji and all these wonderful team of ashramites, volunteers, devoted servants who are here, the singers who sang today so melodiously, and everybody else who has made our stay so divine, so very fulfilling. To everyone, we express our heartfelt gratitude. And definitely we'll come again. I would like to see you in our ashram, and definitely we will come behind you to the ashram here. Everything belongs to the divine. That this is no difference. So we will come again next time. But till then, wish you all the very best on your spiritual journey. You are going with such wonderful wisdom from Sadhviji, from Swamiji and their blessings. And I hope and wish that when we come back next year over here, we have at least moved a few steps forward in our journey, not backwards. So we have definitely become a little closer to that truth, the big I, the big T. That should be our effort. And that assessment you have to do yourself. And come back next year as better human beings, more divine in your nature. With these blessings, I conclude the talk, conveying our gratitude once again. Sai.
What a beautiful, especially blessed satsang this evening. We could have just sat in this sacred presence. The words were just an extra divine bonus, but the presence itself is so special. And I hope that your visit is not just once a year, but that it's several times a year. And to everyone, those of you who aren't leaving tomorrow, we will be back in our regular place for satsang from tomorrow. Those of you who are leaving tomorrow, I hope you come back very, very soon. This is, as Pujya Swamiji always says, your home in the Himalayas. So keep coming back, keep staying for longer. And again, thank you so much for beautiful presence and blessings this evening. Sure, of course.
मनोबुद्ध्यहङ्कार चित्तानिनाहं न च श्रोत्रजिह्वे न च घ्राणनेत्रे न च व्योमभूमे न तेजो न वायो चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम् न च प्राणसंज्ञो न वै पञ्चवायो न वा सप्तधातुर्न वा पञ्चकोशा न वाक्पाणिपादौ न चोपस्थपायो चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम् न मे द्वेषरागौ न मे लोभमोहौ मदो नैव मे नैव मात्सर्यभावः न धर्मो न चार्थो न कामो न मोक्षः चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम् न पुण्यं न पापं न सौख्यं न दुःखं न मन्त्रो न तीर्थं न वेदा न यज्ञा अहं भोजनं नैव भोज्यं न भोक्ता चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम् न मे मृत्युशङ्का न मे जातिभेदा पिता नैव मे नैव माता न जन्मा न बन्धुर्न मित्रं गुरुनैव शिष्यः चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम् अहं निर्विकल्पो निराकाररूपः विभुर्व्याप्य सर्वत्र सर्वेन्द्रियाणां सदा मे समत्वं न मुक्तिर्न बन्धः चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम्